So the word soul, All Souls Day, the word soul, I learned, is derived from the Old English word sawel, which traces its origins back to an old High German word, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. That's a translation of the Greek word psyche. So trying to pin down a definition of the meaning of the word soul is not easy. But it has to do with that spiritual, ephemeral, or immortal part of ourselves that makes us each a unique personality, something in us. Parker Palmer, a Quaker teacher, writes, "Soul is a word which must be held lightly because it points toward a mystery for which nobody has a true name. Every tradition has a different name for it. What we call it doesn't matter so much, but that we call it something matters a lot." I think soul matters because soul is the way we express that we are each a beautiful mystery. We are each a beautiful miracle. Think about it. Every one of us, all the biology that's involved is the same, and yet here we are, each of us a unique expression. Our own personalities, our own consciousness, our own being. And the soul is the part of ourselves that is remembered and loved, even after we die, by those who knew us. It is the part that we remember and love, the souls of those who have died. It is the soul that binds us together across time and death and the space between the stars. As I've mentioned to you for a couple Sundays, I'm taking a very intensive online course on grief tending with one of the psychotherapists and grief expert, Francis Weller. And in one of the October sessions, he noted that we all have bloodlines. We all have people that we are descended from, and we trace our ancestry through our bloodlines. But he also says that we have soul lines, soul lineages. And he described a dream he had where he was sitting at a kitchen table with his colleague, James Hillman. And in the dream, Hillman takes him to a chest full of small drawers. And in every drawer, as he opens it in the dream, is the name of a writer or a poet or a philosopher, someone who has influenced Weller. And he says of his dream, "So in that moment, in that dream, I was claimed by a lineage. I was claimed by a territory of soul teachings that had become so important to me. I think that everything I've done in my adult life has been done under the wonderful shade of the branches of that family tree." He then goes on to note, "Each of us carries a soul lineage that holds us and that can offer us a ground to stand upon. In effect, this lineage acts as a form of influence, an ongoing flowing in an ethereal fluid affecting human destiny. We can call upon this stream of support, especially during these times of challenge and uncertainty. Our soul lineage can come in many forms: individuals, places that have held meaning, animal allies, dreams, and others. And soul lineages can be particularly important for those of us whose blood lineages may be problematic or unknown." Soul lines, like souls themselves, are generous in imagination and possibility. As Weller said, they're not limited to people. They can be places, experiences, animal allies, even dreams. So what I'd like to invite us to do for a moment is to reflect on our own soul lines. Just take a minute and close your eyes if you're comfortable, and take a centering breath. and ponder these questions. What is your soul lineage? Who or what has influenced, shaped, or inspired you on a soul level? Who or what has claimed you? What is the thread that you have held close to you all your life? The thread that has never let go of you. How have you tended that thread? So what I'd like to invite us to do, if you wish, is to come up and say the name of the person, the place, the animal ally, the dream. That is your soul line. That is your soul lineage. And drop a stone in the water. If we think of the soul line as that line of fluidity that sustains us and connects us. And we'll do this like we do any of our communions. If you want to line up over here and walk back through here. Anybody up for this? Come on up. And you can, I'll give you the mic. If you just want to do it silently, you can. If you just want to, or if you want to say the name, I'll give you the mic. Either way.
My mother's favorite poem was Desiderata, and it has held and inspired me my whole life.
Johanna Bovo. My mom.
My mother, Marie Cole, one of the most positive people I've ever known.
Best friend for many years, Joni Backman.
The girl I sat next to on my very first day of school when I was 4.5, Lynn Corp, still my best friend in England.
The various music teachers I've had.
Where I grew up, Williamstown, Massachusetts.
My dad, Nelson Warner, the nicest and sweetest man in the world.
Nature.
My mom, Hannah Rothermel, and my grandmother, Jean Rothermel.
Family, friends, and this church.
Thomas and Evelyn Gillespie, my grandparents and godparents.
The group John the 23rd, which was my childhood church, a group of activist Catholics, activist and naughty Catholics.
My mom.
The longer I think about the question, the more complicated is the answer. There's so many people that have influenced my life, from profession hobbies, music, and so many interests. So, you know, my mom would be the first to come out, but so many.
Chesterfield, New Hampshire.
Frank W.S. Byam.
My best friend in all the world, Ginny Murphy.
My aunts, Debbie and Cindy, and my friend's mother, Dagmar.
My mother who loved Agunquit, Maine.
My family and music.
My first real job at Singing Brook Farm.
For all the saints, for all the souls, for all the places, for all the beloveds, for all the words, for all the music notes, for all the scents and smells, for all the friendships, for those who inspired us, whether they knew it or not. We give thanks.